So let's start by paying homage to the Buddha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. So, uh, we all reading the commentary and also how to understand the commentary, explanation we are learning here. And again, so we start from this sentence. So Dhamma Raja Imankata Maha. So one line is to thee, Badandi. Okay, and then another line is from the Datta Mano, so to the so Labedi is one line, and then another line is Bogangama, and to the Samanagada, and another line is Dhamma to the Dhamma Nama in this way. So at that time, now we are partly learning. So that is why here in Pali or in Pali commentary, so given the name of those sentences are not only, the based on a single sentence. So maybe sometimes, the first line is a brief sentence, later line is Vaitara sentence. Within that Vaitara sentence, detailed explanation. So there will be another type of many sentences will be included. So that one we already understand. The same way, even though, with reference to former line, later line is maybe a name that such a, Waitara sentence. But so that second line, with reference to the following again, so that will be another type based on their synthetic, their, relation in meaning. So a name can be different in this way. So that is why, occasionally we need to go back to such a, the original text, because it might not. So with the other explanation, detailed explanation, maybe the sentence connection is, far away from each other. So that is why. So now, so that is why here, before going, next line is, Boben Gamma Dina Batama Kamina Hodawa Samana Kata. That is one explanation. So before going that, actually synthetic or synthetic worker analysis should go. So yeah, data manodi Kamautara Kusala di B dan Sabambi Chidu Bomika Jade. So actually that is arada wakya. So attempted sentence or starting start explanation of the mano. And also based on that line, so there is another controversial point or some complainable point, that is another line. So that line is wakya ramba or arujiata in this way. But so these A and B together, So regarding with the following line, so the first line is explanation of the mano. The second line is explanation of the bopengama. So that is when they are maybe different part to each other, so to one another. So that is why, Becca and the Bekkandara. So A to B is so Arada and Wakyaramba or Arujia. So AB to the C is Becca and Bekkandara. So similarly, C is explanation of the Bopengama, D is explanation of the Dhamma. That is fine. So again, C is Becca, another one is Bekkandara. So in this way, sentence structure. So okay, now we will go to the explanation of the Bopengama. So that Bopengama is explained by the commentator in this way. So Dina Batama Kamina Ottawa Samanagata. So in this line, main verb or main, so predicate is Samanagata. So firstly, the Samanagata may be basically endowed with, that is, it should be divided Samanagata. So Sam briefest, Anu briefest, R briefest, and the root gan, and the past participle service that. Okay, at that time, so followed by the vowel, this would become the wa. So that is would become the wa, and then this na and wa. So now what become the nana. And then in past participle, so ramana, and then on the root ramana is dropped. That is gata. So the meaning of that is, endowed with past participle adjective. Endowed with what? So that is one. So endowed with, dina may bind that, with that. Actually should be with that, endowed with. So that dina also, that is pronoun. And the ina may be used with instrumental case. So that one is pronoun. So pronoun, represents the other formal noun already as, stated. The other noun already stated is, mana, mano, in the previous stanza, previous explanation. The one mano already explained. So that is why here dina refers to the manina. So that is why in this explanation, so dina, manina, samanagata. Okay, dina, manina, samanagata. So endowed with that mind. Endowed with that mind. So that is commentary explanation. And then, so that samanagata also actually adjective, past participle adjective. So past participle adjective is maybe all of the adjectives are modifier. So modifying to the another noun. They describe the noun. So that is why, even though, sentence is stopped here, samanagata, here, period or full stop, samanagata, but in meaning is not stopped yet. So that is why we need to know, this one is just explanation, but so with reference to the original text, the Pali canon, so that Bopengama is modifying to the which one? So based on that one, the syntactical relation in the original text, we should know. So that Bopengama, or together with the Mano Bopengama, is modifying to the Dhamma. So in the original stanza, Mano Bopengama, Dhamma, Mano Zita, Mano Maya, and so. So Mano Bopengama modifying to the Dhamma. So that is why. So that one should be understood. So Samanagata Dhamma. So Dhammas endowed with, and together with the dina, so Dhammas endowed with that mind. Okay, Dhammas endowed with that mind. So at that time, so the dhammas are how they are endowed with that mind. And also in that position, the function of the mind is what? So to express that here, so Dawa Bobinga, so Batama Gami na, Batama Gami na. So, and also in that sentence, here Tina also instrumental case. So Batama Gamina also instrumental case. So that is why Batama Gamina is modifying to the Dina. So Batama Gamina. So, and then that Batama Gamina is a meaning. So Bataman Gami, Batama Gami. So Batama means fast. So Gami means going. So fast going. That means leading. Fast going. That means leading. Okay, so that is why, so Dina, Dhammina, Samana, Gata, Hoto, Dhamma. So the Dhammas endowed with that mind, which is fast going or which is leading. In this way can be understood. But so at that time, here commentary explanation is so with the Bab Hodawa, so Batama Gamina Hodawa. So in this way. So actually, in this sentence, main predicate is Samanagada. So connected with the main predicate, so Dina should be is with the instrumental case in their connection. So, and that is why modifier of that Dina also should be with the Patama Gami, now with the instrumental case. But at the same time, that Patama Gamina is subject of the Hodawa aspect. So the word at the same time with the two cases, not possible to be both. So at that time, so if we favor, so, commonly, the main verb or main predicate is favorable. So do in favor, that is why. So connected with the, main predicate samanagada. So dena, modifier dawa, parama kamina, also with the dena. But so if do favor with the, to the, hodawa at that time, so Batama Gamina should be with the nominated case. Batama Gami hodawa. So at that time, so maybe connection to the dena, so cannot be understood easily. So that is why with the instrumental case. So actually without hodawa, so dena, so Batama Gamina dena samanagata dhamma. The dhamma, so endowed with that mind, which has, so the meaning of the hodawa is which is fast going or which is leading, so in this way. So okay, now roughly can be understood the meaning of that. And then, so Batama Gami Hodawa also possible, and Batama Gamina Dena Hodawa also possible. So two possibility. But so if we focus on the main path or main predicate, Samanagada, and then Batama Gamina Hodawa. But only focusing on the Hodawa at the time will be Batama Gami Hodawa. So in this way, simply can be understood. And then, so in the word Batama Gami, so Batama is here, Batama, Edaba. Bataman Gichaditi, Batama Gami. Bataman Gami, Batama Gami. So in this way, Pataman Gichadi Silinadi Patamagami, or Gichadi Silinadi Gami, Patamangami, Patamagami. So just fast going. Fast going. Okay. And then, so related to that one, so even though head word is Bobengama, sorry for what? So in the head word, in that explanation, so head word is just Mano Bobengama. But so both just Bobengama. Then that for that Bobengama explanation is only this word. So Batamagamina Hodawa. Okay, Batamagamina Hodawa. But at the time, so information on the meaning is not stopped yet. So to be completed, so with this word Dena, so Samanagada. So Dena is referring to the Manina, Mano. So Samanagada. Okay. So that is why. Even though head word is only Mano, only Bobengama, but this explanation is so related to the complete explanation of the word, the Mano Bobengama. So in this way should be understood. So that is why this explanation is for the whole word Manobobengama. Okay. And then, so this one is based on the Asian scholars' remark based on their experience. When the commentator explained the word using these words like this, so Samanagata or Sambona or Sambana. So at that time, the head word, maybe here the head word is this Manobobengama. So that Manobobengama can be understood as a attributed or maybe possessive adjective. So in Pali, possessive adjectives is, of two kinds. One is possessive compound. The other one is possessive derivative. So possessive compound is called the, Bahobihi Samasa, and the possessive adjective or possessive derivative is maybe asati datita. So one of them possible. If the head word is explained using with the word samanagata or sambona or sambana. So at that time, automatically can be understood. That head word is so possessive compound or possessive derivative word. So among these two, how can we decide? So possessive compound or possessive derivative. So compound word is combination of the at least two words. Okay, samasa. Samasa is combination of the two nouns or two words. But so derivative or secondary derivative, that is combination of the word and the suffix. So that is one. Based on that information, if the head word is maybe two words possible, so we can understand that is possessive compound. So this mano bobengama is mano is one word, so bobengama is one word. So two words together. That is one that not possible to be said as a possessive derivative datita. So it is compound word. Mano and bobengama are compounded as a possessive. So that is why to understand the meaning of that possessive compound, mano bobengama yesan di mano bobengama. So yesan means yesan dhamma. So to do dhammas, so there are the mind leading, which is leading or leader. There are the mind as a leader or something like that. So that is literal sense. So maybe they have led by the mind also. They are led by the mind. But at that time, maybe the literal sense is lost. So they have the mind as a leader. So Bobengama here, leader, can be understood. So that Mano Bobengama is more refined to the Dhamma. So that is why, interpretation or maybe reference is done. Okay. And also now how to understand how the mind leads the other mental states. For example, Jitasika or mental factors, how it leads. So related to that, so Bobangama has two kinds. So Buri Jarika Bobangama. So Bobangama, Boba, the meaning of Boba means so being fast or going fast. That is Buri Jarika. Or the other one is when someone is so predominantly or importantly, its role is the most important one. Its role is predominant. At that time, that one also can be called the Bobengama. That is Badana Bobengama. Badana means main or important or predominant. So actually, even though, Bobengama can be understood as a fast going, so actually the mind is fast going, the mental states are later going, not like that. When they arise, so taking the one object in Abhidhamma, so taking the object, said the same object, they arise together, mind and mental states. Mind is fastly arise, later mental states are arise, not like that. So that is why Buddhi Jarika Bobengama is not here, meant. So even though they arise together, so they take the same object and arise together in mental stream. So mind is leading, mind is predominant. Based on that mind, this mental state is associated, the other one is not associated, and so on. So that is why here, Bobengama means Padana Bobengama. So predominantly going. And also, so in the word Bobin Gamma, Gamma means, so comes from the root Gam. So root Gam means to go, right? So, but in Pali literature, so here this information is very important. So ye kadayata, the bodhayata, bawadi, babu nataka. So ye kadayata. So ye mean whatever roots, or every root also, whatever roots, kadayata, kadiyata. So which means to go, which has the meaning going. That means which means to go. So every root, ye, every root, which means to go. So the bodhiyata, they can mean to know, bhavati, to arise, and the babuna, to attain or to reach or to arrive. So whatever root which means to go, those root can mean, to know, to arise, to attain also occasionally or based on contact. Ye kadayata, di bodhayata, babuni, bhavati, babu nataka. That is from the Tadata Singha. Tadata Singha means dictionary of the root in Pali. So concise dictionary of the concise root dictionary, Pali root dictionary. Concise dictionary of the Pali root, Tadata Singha. So that is why here in this word Bobingama. So based on the context, not it doesn't mean to go, maybe bhavati, to arise. So predominantly arise. So that is why that Bobingama Dina Patamagamina Hodawa Samanagata. So can be understood in this way. So Bobingama means endowed with that mind being fast arising or predominant arising. Being fastly arising or being predominantly arising.
I'm sorry, Sayadaw. May I ask a
Okay.
question?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sayadaw, I would like to ask about like this sentence, Tena Patama Gamini Hotwa Samanagata. So does it mean in here we can just ignore the Hotwa, Sayadaw?
Yeah, but at that time also, maybe simply to understand that the whole dua can be omitted. But actually, so maybe that one also a kind of the attribute that is fine. So for example, that is the adverbial function to the samanagata.
Okay, Sayadaw. So, or maybe like if I get it correctly, like if we just focus on the word Patamagami, then the like we take the hutwa, so we consider the hutwa, so it becomes like nominative because hutwa is going with nominative. And then if we focus on samanagata, then the hutwa can be omitted, and then we take the patamagamina as instrumental. Is it like that, rather?
Yeah, right, in this way. But mostly in Pali sentence, main predicate is main important, mostly important. So that is why mostly can be seen in this way. Dina, Patama, Gamina, Hodawa, Samanagata. But rarely or in a few examples. So Patama, Gami, Hodawa, Dina, Samanagata also possible.
Okay, Sayadaw. Thank you, Sayadaw.
Welcome. So that is why, Patama Gamina Hodawa. So that Hodawa is so actually active verbs. So come from the Rubu and the Dwa. So that is why Patama Gami Hodawa. But in that sentence, Hodawa is not main. That is just secondary. So that is why with the focus on the main predicate. So Brahma Gami na in this way. So that is why, Brahma Gami na mean Dina, Manina, Samanagata. So mostly Brahma Gami na Hodawa, Dina, Samanagata, but sometimes, so Brahma Gami Hodawa, Dina, Samanagata also possible, can be found. So in this way, so Saraji also give remarks in his explanation. Okay, so
and then
yeah.
when we say Patamagami Hoto Te Nasamanagata, and there might be a confusion, right? Because we might think that Patamagami is the same as the Samanagata.
So that is why, to avoid such a confusion with the instrumental case, it's better. But sometimes rarely also can be found.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Sayo.
Okay.
Sorry, Sado. I would like to ask again. So,
Mhm.
like in here, like the khutwa, like Sado said, it's like adverbial. But like, what is the function of this adverb? Like the meaning that wants to be explained with the khutwa? Because like I think like directly just omit the khutwa is better, right, Sado? So it's very clear.
Sorry again.
As like I mean like so Seado mentioned like in the sentence Patama Gamina Hutwa Tena Samanagata. The Hutwa is like adverb, right, Seado?
Sorry. Actually, I'm also thinking now that is not adverb. Actually, so maybe attributed or modifier to the dana also, like the in one of the descriptive compound like the gamma daria. So such a holdover also using as a modifier function to the noun, even though with the gerund.
But here like what, even though it's modified the Tena, like but what is the meaning of the Hutwa here, Seado? Because I cannot,
Uh,
I cannot understand the meaning in
yes.
here.
Even though that holdover is gerund, so it should be translated maybe having been or after being or something like that. But so here that holdover is so Patama Gamina holdover, the whole phrase is modifying to the dina. So mainly, so that is why just being is better.
So it's
Like
still the meaning of being, Seado.
right.
Then does it mean like from this we can say like Hutwa is not always going with nominative, Seado? Like it can go with
Uh,
another case.
Yeah, actually, so it should, according to the sentence structure, it should be with the nominated case. But here, you know, its function in the function of that whole door in this sentence is secondary. So that is why, so he cannot take its own case. So maybe its member cannot take its own case with reference to that. So that is actually two possibility. So Paramagami Hodawa as well as Paramagami na Hodawa at that time. So maybe if we need to choose only one of them, at the time the most important one is Paramagami na Hodawa, because in this sentence Samanagada is main. But to understand the meaning easily, Paramagami Hodawa is better.
Okay, Seado. Then Seado, maybe the last Seado about this. Like I'm just curious, like why the commentator didn't directly delete the hutwa though, because it will be better, right? In that sense.
Yeah, so maybe that one also when we are writing in modifier, so maybe how to say, so
Because only the sentence Patama Gamina Tena Samanagata will be very clear like that though, if we don't have the hutwa.
Yeah, that one is better to understand actually. Yeah.
May I say something?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, so it's okay. So the word huktor here is similar to the word samana. This sentence would be more clearer if we say Patama Yamina Samanena Tena Samanagata. But because
Yes.
here the word huktor is indeclinable, so we cannot decline it. That is one reason. Another reason here is we need the word huktor because we have to think of the Tena and Patamagami as something like Pakati and Vikati. So originally it is Tena, just originally the mind, but then it changed into the Patamagami. So that's why we need the word huktor or samana. But here instead of saying samana, the author used the word huktor.
Yes, great idea. So, when we learn the Parliament easy, so at that time, the usage of the, past participle, even though it is past participle, sometimes can be understood as a gerund. The same way, sometimes so this hold the word or that the gerund or the absolute word, so that is in declining, that is quite difficult to understand. So sometimes like that samana is present participle of the root san, root us. Root us are also synonymous to the root bu. Yeah. So when we see in this way, that is better to understand. Right, exactly.
Okay, so it means like hutwa can have the same meaning with the samana.
Samanena, right.
Samanena. Okay. Okay, Sado. Thank you, Sado. Thank you, Dr. Ryan.
So, okay, now I hope this paragraph or this explanation for this Bobengama, Dina Brahmagamina Hodawa, Samanagada. So you got it. If you have something to ask, okay, you can. Okay, so no more. So let's continue next one. So next explanation is, Dhamma di, so guna, desana, variyati, nesada, nejiwa, wasena, chataro, dhamma, nama. So when we learn the,
So I'm sorry, but
okay.
Can you roll up? Yeah, over there. So yeah, over there. So you explain so the first sentence is Arata Vakya. The sentence A is Arata Vakya. B is Vakya Ramba and so on. And then A and B are Bakha and C is Bakhantara. But in the sentence C's, we don't see any Parachotaka. So how do we know that it is Bakhantara? So,
So because they are different part. So for the Bakhandara, mostly commentator, they don't use the Wakya Jodaka, but sometimes if they use maybe Bana or Ja or something like that.
So it's not compulsory. Usually we see the word Bana, but here we don't see the word Bana. So it's not compulsory.
No, not compulsory.
Okay. But then we have to understand that according to the context then, because otherwise we don't know.
Right. So that is why, at the very beginning also, immediately we see that, the first line is just so Dhamma Raja Iman Gatan Aha Manobogama Dhamma Badanti. After that, that time Mano, and to the end of that explanation, no Wakya Jodaka for the Waitara. But starting with that time, we can understand in this way. So those Wakya Jodaka are not all the time included. So mostly included, but sometimes not.
I see. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So now in this, so okay. Firstly, sentence structure, it should be understood for this line. So here the commentator, firstly he explained mano, after that the bobengama, and then so dhamma. When he explained dhamma, so dhamma in the Pali dictionary like the Abhidhana Paripika, so 10 meanings of the dhamma. But here the commentator based on that, so dhamma, so possibly mean, so without context, firstly possible meaning he takes out or he provides or maybe he interprets. So at that time, so here guna, desana, pariyati, and the nesada nejiva. In this way, chadaro dhamma, 4 dhammas possible. And then so after that, this one is introduction or topic sentence. So later in which so the dhamma should be understood as a guna, in what the dhamma should be understood as a desana, and so on. So that is here nahi dhammo adhammo ja. So ubos dhamma in this stanza, that is from the Tiragata as well as Jadaka. So in this stanza, dhamma is used in the sense of the guna or guna dhamma. So that is one here, nahi dhammo. So ayan guna dhammo nama. So that means ayan dhammo guna dhammo nama. That is one part for the guna. And the second, so dhamma wo bhikkhave, this is sami, adikalyana, and so on. In this one, ayan desana dhammo, referring to the desana dhamma. And then next, so idabana bhikkhave ekije kula buddha dhamman priya punandi saudan geyan. So ayan priyadi dhammo nama. So in this reference, in this quotation, so priyadi dhamma should be understood. And the last one, so that's the main call bana samayi dhamma hondi khanda hondi. So that is from the Dhamma Sankani Pali. So in that here dhamma mean ayan nisada dhammo nama or nijiwa dhammo jiwa dhammo dibi iso ewa. So for possibility, possible meaning or possible interpretation of the dhamma, a man then based on the context in this Manobobingama dhamma stanza, the dhamma is in which sense? So this who amend the imasamentani nisada nijiwa dhammo adepido. This is intended dhamma, nisada nijiwa dhamma. Okay, so now, so such an explanation can be seen repeatedly, oftenly, when we read the commentary. So at that time, so from the dhamma to the so nesada nejiwa ewa, that is called the atodhara. Atodhara. Atodhara means interpreting of the possible meanings of the word. Atodhara vakya. And then the intended meaning in this context is expressed by this line. Desu imasamentani nesada nejiwa dhammo adebito. So this sentence express intended meaning in this line, manobobingama dhamma. So this one is atodesa. So pointing out the intended meaning. Atodesa vakya. Okay, so now 2 parts you see. The first one is atodhara. So those sentences interpreting the possible meaning of the words. After that, maybe conclusion or maybe so the intent. So take atodesa taken out or maybe choosing the intended meaning in this context, intended meaning of the word in this context. So if we focus on the that, so atodara and the atodesa, and then even in the atodara, so dhamma to the, this one is the topic sentence. So dhamma di, so guna, desana, priyadi, nisada, nijiwa wasina, jadaro dhamma. That is one line. So that is sankepa or brief interpretation. And then this to nahi dhammo and to the so nijiwa dhammo db is or ewa. That is widely explanation, widely interpretation. So that is vaitara. Even though no word, so wakya jodaka here. So in whenever we see such an explanation with the briefly interpretation atodara and the widely interpretation atodara, after that atodesa. So choosing the intended meaning of a word in this context. So these three lines, so all the time we can understand. So for such a one, maybe mostly commentator not use the sentence indicator, because so all they are going under the same structure. Can be understood. So that is why here the first line is mano explanation. The second one is Bobinkama explanation. That one is Dhamma explanation. Very easy to understand. So that is why they don't use the sentence structure. Sentence indicator. But if there is something to be complained or something like that, the other sentence also possible that at that time used with the sentence indicator also sometimes can be seen. Okay, that is roughly. Now let's go in detail. So now Dhamma. Okay, firstly, in this sentence, instead of the word analysis, sentence analysis is important. So that is why, not all the time I will analyze the word analysis, only when if necessary, I will do. So in this sentence, actually, that sentence structure is important to understand that. So that is why, roughly. So based on that here, so there are two ways in translation in such a sentence. So the first way is here, Dhamma di itabadi. So itabadi is not included. So Dhamma di itabadi. So itabadi in this word Dhamma. So commonly such a atodara sentence, atodesa sentence in such kind. So the head word. So in previous line, you see, we translate the what is it? So here, oh no, not this one. Bobengama. Well, no, sorry, I will. I already did that one. Where is it? So here. So Bobengama dina Batama Gamina Hodawa Samanagata. So in this, so Bobengama, we translate Bobengama di idimi means So Bobengama means in this way. So because later explanation is a no atodara atodesa. At that time we can understand. So Bobengama means endowed with that mind. So being fastly arising or predominantly arising. But so in the atodara or atodesa work here, so we cannot translate Dhamma di Dhamma means. So at that time, so connection is missing, cannot be understood. So that is why, you know, so in such a atodara or atodesa work here, so when we see such a head word, so at that time, you know, so Dhamma di itapadi. So in the word, in this word Dhamma. So later so interpretations. So guna, desana, bariyadi, nesada, nejiva vachina, chadaro dhamma nama. So the meaning here, in this word dhamma, so four or four by means of guna, desana, bariyadi, nesada, nejiva are dhamma by name. That is briefly or easily translation, but the strictly translation is next. So Dhamma di itapadi. So because this is atodesa, atodara work here, that is one. Atodara bhavena labha mana. Dhamma nama. So Dhamma di itapadi. So these four words are so added. Dhamma di itapadi. So atodara bhavena labha mana. So and then Dhamma nama. So guna desana briyadi nesada nityua wasena chataro. So in this word Dhamma, so Dhamma by name and the labha mana. So which are obtained. So Dhamma is plural. So which are obtained by interpretation of the possible meaning. That is atodara. Are four of the guna, desana, briyadi, and then nesada, nejiva. So in this way, you know, two way, commonly in the Burmese traditional, you know, commentary nesaya, commentary Burmese translation. So to understand easily, they translate it in two ways. But at the very beginning, two ways, but later, so if the students or learners got it, so later only the fast way, easy way they use. So Dhammadi Etapati and then. And then, so now Dhammadi Guna Desana Briyadi Nesada Nejiva Wasena Chataro Dhamma Nama. Now briefly, so Dhamma is of four kinds. So Guna Dhamma, Desana Dhamma, Briyadi Dhamma, and the Nesada Nejiva Dhamma. So, okay, now next slide. So these among these four, guna, desana, briyadi, nesada, nejiva. So nahi dhammo, adhammo, ja, ubo sama vipaki no. Adhammo niriyan nedi, dhammo babedi, sokadain di ita. In this stanza or in this discourse. So dhammo means Dhammo, ayan dhammo, this dhamma is, so guna dhammo nama. So guna dhamma. So now the meaning of that stanza. So dhammo and the adhammo. Ubo sama vipaki. So dhamma mean here good dhamma or attributed dhamma or useful dhamma. And adhamma means useless dhamma. Or wrong dhamma, unwholesome dhamma. So they have no, so ubo, buddha. So ubo, sama vipaki no. Ubo, not sama vipaki. So in this sentence, firstly, to understand, dhammo, adhammo, ja, ubo. So both Dhamma and Adhamma have no the same result. Samavipaki, no. Have no the same result. So Adhamma, useless Dhamma or unwholesome Dhamma or so Niryan Nedi leads to woeful states. And Dhamma, so useful Dhamma or good Dhamma or wholesome Dhamma, Babedi Sokate, reach somebody or to attain the so happy destination Sukate. Okay. So that is roughly meaning of that one. So here at that time, based on that roughly translation, so guna dhamma mean so good dhamma or a virtuous dhamma, maybe good dhamma or useful dhamma or beneficial things or wholesome dhamma. So that is quality. Guna means quality or attribute. So that is why in the dictionary, another dhamma. So in dictionary dhamma, so firstly, there the first one is guni, sado or good conduct. Okay. And the second one is desanaya, so preaching or moral instruction. That one is briyati. Briyati means teaching. Ninefold collection of the Buddha scripture. So teachings of the Buddha. Last one is nesada, nejiwa. So cosmic or non-animistic or law. Maybe so that is neither substantial nor a soul. That is just phenomena, nature. So in this is 4 here, you see, based on that, explain in the time so that. So Buddhist scripture here, 4 kinds, you see. So guna, trying to the good conduct. And desanaya, so preaching or teaching or instruction. And briyati means learning or maybe teachings of the Buddha, ninefold collection of the Buddhist scripture. And they said that nejiwa and so on. Okay. So now to understand easily, that is guna dhamma. And another one is ayam, so desana dhamma. Desana dhamma. And then next one is idabana bhikkhave ekeji kula buddha dhamma priya punandi saudan geyan ayam. So briyadi dhamma. And then last one is that's the main kobana samaya dhamma hondi khanda hondi ayam nesada dhammo. So nejiwa dhammo ewa. Dhammo dipi. So ewa. So in this way. So now in the next, so dhamma wo bhikkhave desisami. So bhikkhave, O monks, desisami. I will expound the word to you. I will expound the dhamma to you. So adi kalyana. So good at the beginning or excellent at the beginning. Vijay kalyana, excellent in the middle. And the Briyosana kalyana, excellent in the end. So that is dhamma. Dhamma, this one referring to the discourse. Discourse is, desana dhamma. like the Samanyapala Soda, Brahmajala Soda, Dhammacakkappavattana Soda, and so on. And then in the next example, so either here, Bhikkhave or monks, Ikiji Kula Buddha, Sam, so young man, Kula Buddha, clansman, some clansman, so Dhamma Briyabunandi, learn or teach the Dhamma. So that Dhamma is maybe Sutta, discourses, Giya means stanza. That one is just learning and teaching. Learning and teaching. So another Desana Dhamma, even though Desana is maybe instruction. Instruction. So it's found the Dhammacakkappavattana, the Samanyapala Sutta to the Ajada Satu. That one also a kind of instruction to the Ajada Satu. So together with the other audience. But now we are learning that the Samanyapala Sutta, at the time Samanyapala Sutta is for us, the Briyati in this way also. And then, so that's the main Kobana Samaye at that time. So Dhamma Hondi, so Dhammas are arising. So Kanda Hondi, aggregates are arising. So again, Dhammo, this Dhamma is, so Nesata Dhammo, non-sentiential Dhamma. And the Nejiwo, non-soul Dhamma. Also, Nejiwa Dhammo DB is soul. Ewa. So Nesada Nejiwa, the same actually. So this among them, so Ima Samaitane in this context, Manobo Benkama Dhamma, Ima Samaitane in this context. So Nesata Nejiwa Dhammo Adepido. So only the non-sentient, no soul Dhamma is intended. Nesada Nejiwa Dhammo, the Dhamma which is neither sentient nor soul is intended. Adepido. So, and then next line. So Atado the yo arubino kanda. So Atado the yo arubino kanda. So Virane kando, Sinye kando, Singare kando di. So Atado arubino kanda. That one also, okay. They said that Nejiwo a day paid okay, that one we finish. So okay, next time I will do that. I skip the synthetic relation of the some words. Maybe afternoon class, so I will focus on that. one line, we skip where. So another Upanayasa Vakya. So now, in this sentence, so firstly, the Dhamma has four kinds, and also in which quotation, Guna Dhamma in that quotation, the Desana Dhamma in that quotation, Pariyati Dhamma, and so Nisada Dhamma, so and so on already. After that, in this context, so the Dhamma which should be understood is Nisada Nijiwa Dhamma. So that is, Atodesa. And then that when how to interpret exactly in the ultimate realities. So to denote that, see here, so atado deyo arubino kanda. So means so dhammo. That dhamma, atado. So in ultimate sense, in sense of ultimate, atado in ultimate sense, deyo arubino kanda. So three, mantis, aggregates, three mantis aggregates. And also, the three mantis aggregates are what are they? So within a kando, so aggregate of feeling, sinye kando, aggregate of perception, and then sankara kando, aggregate of mental formations. So in this way, so now rapidly to understand the meaning. So iti means iti teyo arubino kanda. So these three kandas are so manobobengama nama. These three mental state, mental aggregates are preceded by or led by, or maybe have the leader, have the mind as a leader in this way. So that is why Mano Bobengamo Idi Sandi Mano Bobengama. You see, Mano Bobengamo Idi Sandi Mano Bobengama. That is possessive compound. So that is why at the very beginning, so that Bobengama is explained with the Samanagata. So Dina, so Boben Brahma Gamina, Hodawa, Samanagato. So that is why the Asian Searos, so based on their experience, when the commentator explained the head word using the word Samanagada, Sambona, and the Sambana. So at that time, that head word like the Manobobengama Dhamma, so can be understood as the possessive compound or maybe possessive derivative word. So, okay. So in the Bobengamati Dina Samanagata. So synthetical relation. So Dina is now according to that meaning, we already know that connected with the Samanagata. So Samanagata. That is so commonly okay, and the end of that one, I will write down work here analysis. So now So synthetic relation. So in this line, so Dina is connected with the Samanagata. So Dina Samanagato, Samanagata. So at that time, you know, so this one is, you know, instrumental. So instrumental function of the instrumental is in the, so that is the associated relation. So Dina and the Samanagata. So literally in Pali it is called this. So Dina is Saha Yoga. And then that, so Samanagata is, so the Saha Yoga, or without Saha, that is, you know, Sahadi Yoga is better. So Sahadi Yoga. And then Sahadi Yoga Wanda. Yoga want. So in this way, in tradition, so in Pali, so when we find the synthetic relation within a word, within words in the sentence, so Dina is connected with the Samanagada. So that is why, you know, in down with the sense of with. So with me, together with. But if we with together with, so Dina Saha Samanagato, not like that. That is, you know, just Sahadi Yoga. So maybe part of the Saha, etc. So that is associated or associated in this what we call maybe Saha Yoga connecting with the Saha sense, Sahadi Yoga, etc. Maybe Sahadi Yoga when I mean the word which has, so connection with the word Saha, etc. in this way. And then, you know, so Pathamagami na is two connections. So with the Dina, Pathamagami na. So at the time, modifier and modified noun. So sometimes, you know, modifier later, modified first also can be seen. So Dina Pathamagami na. So that is, and then it is called the Wisi Sena Wisi Saya. What is it? Modifier relation. So, or adjective relation, Wisi Sena Wisi Saya. So I'm prepared that one, but not finished it. Sorry. Adjectival relation. Sorry. No, not like that. So even though you know what order is that, it should be. So Batama Gamina. And the Dina. So that Batama Gamina is in Pali modifier, we see Sana. And then, so Dina is we see Saya. Modified now. We see Saya in this way. And also, so Patama, so Gamina Hotawa. So at the time, actually, Patama Gamina is with the instrumental case. So Hotawa is active. So that is why in this case, when we find such a synthetic relation, so we need to know that one time also I already explained, this subject and then object and then verb. So, and then the subject is with the nominative, object is with the accusative. So at that time, verb is, active verbs. Okay, do wajaka. And then subject is instrumental or genitive. An object is with the nominative at that time. Verb is passive verbs. And then the subject is with the instrumental or genitive. And then object is accusative. So at that time, verb is impersonal verbs. So based on that information, so Hotawa is Rubu. Rubu means intransitive root. So intransitive root, that is no object there. That's only subject with me. So now is subject also with the instrumental case. So that is at that moment. So that Batama Kamina is so how it is called. Inactive. So inactive, so subject relation. And then hold the one. So if it is active subject relation, so what should be Batamagami hold the one. So now that Batamagami, so Batamagami na is so awota katu in active subject. And the so hold the one is so impersonal voice, bhava, so vajaka. So kiriya in this way. Says, but if we see Patama Gami Hodawa, so at that time, so Hodawa will be Kadu Vajaka kiriya. And so Patama Gami is active subject. So in this way, even in the Dhammapara, Tiga also explained in that.
So, that is how this pedagogy explains,
Saroji, so finally, following that, so Hodawa is the Bhava Vajaka impersonal voice. That is how the Patama Gami. But later, so as when we discussed, so Saroji finally find a conclusion. So make final conclusion that is the, so in this sentence, Samanagada is main, Hodawa is secondary, Samanagada is primary. That is why focusing on the primary one with the instrumental case. So if focusing on the Hodawa secondary, so with the nominated case also. So in this way, Saraji, so just easy to understand, just easily to understand, Saraji explained that. But so when find such a synthetic relation, so it looked like this sentence pattern. So that is why Bhava Vajaka and the Auda Katu. So in this way.
But that application is very mechanical. I mean, how can we have the Bhava Vajaka in this case? It doesn't have that sense.
So maybe that is why maybe how to say Bhava Vajaka is so just focusing, not focusing on the subject, not focusing on the object, just focusing on the action. So just being. So in this way, not referring to the subject, not referring to the object, just referring to the action itself. So at that time, it can be called the Bhava Vajaka or impersonal verbs. That one also maybe in other language, so quite difficult to understand. Only in Pali or only in the such a Pali and the Sanskrit, so can be found there.
Well, I mean, but this analysis based on the facts that the word Patamagamina is in the instrumental case, right? So
Right.
But I mean, this is very strange because actually, Patamagamina in the instrumental case because the word Tena is in the instrumental case. Because if we separate this part out, it basically just is so Patamagami Hoti. That's what it means. But because the word soul now it is declared, it's put in the instrumental case. So that's the reason why the Patamagami, it becomes Patamagamina, but it has nothing to do with the impersonal voice in this case. So I don't quite understand the explanation.
Sorry again.
Right, so if we analyze this complicated sentence, a complex sentence, we divide it into small sentences, then one of the sentence will be like, so patamagami hoti. Right, and then we put that sentence into the context here, because so now so, it no longer so. It is the Tena according to the context. So that's why the Patamagami becomes Patamagamina. But it has nothing to do with the impersonal voice here. Yeah, that's how I understand. So I don't understand why. Because if we just look at the case ending and the relationship here, and we say that is impersonal because according to this, like a formula, then it's very mechanical, but it doesn't fit into this context.
Yeah, so Okay, that one also, so even that Damabra Diga, but that Damabra Diga I don't have, not included in such a software application. So Saraji also gave reference that one also. Where is it? Not this one. That's the final. Sati Hobi. Samana Gadda. Okay, maybe in the Dhamabra commentary next year, I checked that one.
Okay, thank you, Sayadaw.
Yeah, with the reference, so with the Dhamabra Tiga explanation also. So actually, based on the sentence structure, that one also possible. So sometimes, in some Pali, so for example, like the infinitive verb or gerund verb. So they don't have any the passive voice suffix or power voice, impersonal voice suffix, like the ya, not there. But based on the context, it can be understood.
Well, but then like like I said earlier, then I mean instead of using huktor, we can use the samanena. Then if we have the samanena over here, then the analysis will be completely different. It has nothing to do with the the bawa here.
Yeah. So that is why, that one is just to understand easily. So here, Hodawa can be understood as a samana, right? So Hodawa cannot be declined, but samana can be declined. That is why, they have the same case, and then we can see. But so now but even though, we understand in that way, but in commentary, we could not see such an explanation. Only with that such a Hodawa word we can see. So that is why also maybe the Diga or something explained that way in the such a the synthetic relation when they find it based on that pattern.
Okay, thank you, to think a little bit, yes.
Oh, but Jane. Many applications are open, that is why.
And then also, another point is because in this context, because of the word samanagata, so we have tena, right? But if let's say it's not samanagata, it's something else. So it's like some of the word that governs the, let's say, the genitive case. Then instead of having tena patamagamina hutor, we will have something like tasa patamagamina or something hutor. Then in that case, this has nothing to do with the bawa. You see, if we apply this formula in here, it's very, very mechanical. So, but I mean, the sense, it doesn't have that sense here.
Yeah, we need to read a lot. But so, yeah, so, oh, sorry. Yeah, so here you see, Kechedi Bauri Bomegamos, Hodowa, so Bawabrana Pichombiadi, Damadi, nice, so that is Bawabrana, and then, so Bawabrana, that the Bawawajaka, that the passive, the impersonal vibes. So the same way in the next line also, so Dina is the one is another explanation. Dina. So Brahma Gamina Dina. Bhava Padana. Oh, okay.
And then it's also, so, let's say if it is Pawa Wajaka, which means it has always be the Patamagamina, no matter what case of the word Tena is. Right? So if the word Tena is, it can be Tassa or whatever. But if that's the case, then if we say Tena, Patamagamina, we say the Tena is Visesaya and Patamagamina is Visesana, then it doesn't apply in this case anymore. Because which means if we say it is the Bawa, Wajaka, then Patama Gamina always have to be instrumental case. So it doesn't modify the Tena because the Tena is different. The Tena because of the word Samanagata.
So actually, maybe some words, in the sentence, so can be, so two type of relation. So for example, in one family, so a mother, so with reference to the father, she is wife, but with reference to her children, he is mother, she is mother. So in this way, at that time, which one is here focus is on husband or on children based on that point. So that case can be choose. But later, based on the content, so at that time, maybe that one is, subject for the whole dawa. But just following that, Dina is, so in this way. But that is...
Yes, but what I mean is the link. So we say that because of the word Samanagata, it has to be Tena, that is the link. And then we say that the Tena and Patamagamina, the link is because they are Visesana and Visesaya.
Right.
Patamagamana and the Hukto, we say that is the Wajaka.
Right.
All of them linked together.
That is why, if we focus on the, relation to the whole dawa, so at the time, only Pathamagami should be. So that is better to understand, better to accept.
But if it is the Pathamagami, then it doesn't have the sense of the Wachaka.
Right. So at the time, just do Wachaka. So firstly, maybe just following the book explanation, maybe just that is literature review. Later, so new finding or new understanding by doing research. So, okay, whatever maybe. So we get rich knowledge. So now, when I have our already, so let me stop here. Next time, afternoon, we will continue. Okay, so let's start by saying sadhu, 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 sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you
Sayadaw.
so much, Sayadaw.
Thank you, Sayadaw.
Thank you, Sayadaw.
Thank you very much, Bante. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.